Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jillian and here we talk about manifestation, mindset work, and yoga. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so and show me some love and like this video if you like my content. Today, I was inspired to come on to talk about relationships and manifesting a relationship, whether if it's with your specific person, a new relationship, if you're trying to fix a relationship from your past, whatever it is. It's important to understand what a healthy relationship is and that it's important to cultivate that relationship within yourself because who you are is what manifests out there in the 3D world, in the physical world with other people. Whether if it is romantic or not, it really is irrelevant. I think the first thing that I want to talk about is understanding what a healthy relationship is and if you are truly ready for it. And when I mean ready, I don't mean the time that's involved and that you can't be with somebody that you're really looking to be with now or be in a relationship now. What I'm trying to say is the version that you are currently embodying in yourself. Are you truly ready for your manifestations? Because of course, all versions exist within us, but it's really important to understand the qualities that are in a healthy relationship. And this is exactly the relationship that you have with yourself and it manifests out there with others. So if you feel like relationships in your life right now are not where you want them to be and you're not really understanding why, continue watching this video because I have a lot of important, amazing points to make when it comes to a healthy relationship, manifesting a healthy relationship, a specific person, or a new relationship. If you are not happy and content and fulfilled within you, then why would you even want to bring somebody else into your world? Because if you are not happy with you, there is no way that somebody else can come in and make you happy. There is nothing that they will be able to do to make you whole, complete. There's nothing that they can say. They can tell you they love you a million times. They could say that you're beautiful or you're handsome and treat you like a princess or a king or queen or a prince. And it still will not be enough. So when we break down some of the qualities that I'm talking about, it's important to actually really know what they are, what it feels like, and the energy behind it all. So number one, unconditional love. Do you understand what unconditional love is? You will have the ability to love somebody for who they are, regardless of what they are giving back to you, because you want to love, because you have that love within. If you don't have that love within yourself, you cannot love somebody unconditionally. And that is why you see a lot of people struggling to keep relationships together because it is so tit for tat and conditioned. It's conditional. And you are just loving to love because you love to love and because you have this amazing love within you that you want to share with another individual because you have it within. If you do not have that love within yourself and you don't share that love with yourself, then you cannot share that with another person and you will expect the impossible from people around you. Number two, trust. If you don't trust yourself, if you don't think that you can have everything that you want and that you deserve the best and that people show up for you the right way, if you don't believe in that, then you're gonna have a really hard time trusting. How can you possibly live a life with somebody that you do not trust? This trust issue will spread everywhere. And this is a major problem for a lot of couples, a lot of people manifesting SPs, a lot of people manifesting new love. You have to trust. And this requires no 3D evidence. This is a pure trust in yourself and in that person. Your person should be able to go out without you. Your person should be able to have friends of the same gender. They should be able to do things without you. They should be able to be themselves. And also, I want to relate trust with control. And when you see people that lack trust, and of course, again, it stems from within. When you lack trust within yourself, we want to control others. That means I don't want you to go out. I don't want you to talk to this person. I don't want you to do this. You're not allowed to like this person's picture. You're not allowed to do this. And it becomes very smothering. And what kind of relationship is that? Like, that's not pure. That's not real. That's not something that you want. That's something that is unsustainable. It's not consistent, and the foundation is very rocky. You are not going to be able to last. Somebody will go behind your back and do it anyway. Like, so by you trying to control their every little move, that is control, but the control stems from a lack of trust within yourself. Understanding your worth and your value stems in with all this. They are allowed to find other people attractive because you're a human being and you find people attractive too. That doesn't mean you have to actually act on it, and you won't. And that's also the boundary that you guys have in your relationship, unless you have an open relationship and that's between you. But you cannot stop being human here. And when you don't trust them, you don't trust yourself, that you are able to experience loyalty and commitment and a great relationship with somebody. Behind the energy of what is really happening here, you start to understand why you're really feeling those ways. And that's why I'm always talking about energy. So that ties right into number 3, which is having your own life and independence. So the trust is what enables you to have space and to do the things that you love and you enjoy. Just because somebody comes into your life doesn't mean you drop everything that you've had and now you just tend to them and only think about them. That is very unsustainable and it cannot last long. How can you possibly live for another human being? Like, you are living for yourself. You are whole and complete within yourself. You have to love and enjoy and have passions of your own. And then you could have also passions that you could share with another person. Having your own routine every day, having your own career, having hobbies and things that you love to do for yourself is what will keep your relationship so balanced, because now you know and you feel your purpose and you feel the whole of who you are. And this is really where a lot of people lose themselves in relationships. You'll hear people say, like, I totally lost myself in this girl, or I totally lost myself in this guy, or in this relationship. And that is it, because the independence, learning to be independent, learning to be okay on your own. If you are not okay on your own, you should not be in a relationship. And I'm not trying to judge anybody that is in that position, because I've been in that position before as well, but it is just so unsustainable. Number 4 is being the best and the most pure and honest version of yourself. If you are pretending to be somebody else for somebody, then I don't even know how to explain how wrong that comes across. The energy behind what you're saying is that people, like, I have to pretend to be something else because I'm not going to be liked if I'm my whole self. So in the long run, how could somebody possibly love you for who you are if you are not loving who you are and you're not allowing them to see who you truly are? This is where you could be vulnerable and feel safe. This is where the safe space is created for you to be your highest self. That means all the things that you love to do, the way you talk, the way you look, the way you walk, the way you move around. It is what makes you you, and that is what your partner will love about you when you love that about you. But if you are pretending to not be that and to not be your complete and whole self, then you are already coming from a wrong angle, and your relationship now is not on a solid foundation. It's not pure and it's not genuine. Feel secure in yourself to be the fullest version of your soul. Whoever you are, you be that. Number 5 is communication. Communication is not bad. If you think communication between you and your partner is bad, you're already starting off on the wrong foot. Express your feelings. Say no when you need to say no. Set the boundaries that you need to set for yourself and communicate your feelings in an effective way. If you are insecure about speaking what you need to speak about and speaking with somebody that you want to live your whole life with, then it makes absolutely no sense. How can you possibly live with someone and not have effective communication? What's really important about communication, and again, this comes back to mirroring who you are and the communication you have with yourself. You understand what you're feeling, and you also understand what another person's feeling, and you respect each other because of that now. Number 6 is emotional regulation. This is a major thing that people need to do when they are manifesting. If you are not emotionally regulated, you are going to react up and down, left and right to your partner's every move. And this has a lot to do with not feeling secure. But if you don't have the tools to calm yourself down and to emotionally regulate and to change your perspective on what's happening, then how can you possibly effectively communicate, like I was saying before, but also how can you possibly be in a relationship with someone where it's not going to go off the deep end and you're not going to be screaming and yelling and fighting? Because essentially what's going to happen is your judgment is now clouded. All you see is bad. And this is very important. A lot of coaches talk about emotional regulation. There's breathing techniques, there's meditation, you could do affirmations, you can journal. There are so many effective ways to emotionally regulate your nervous system when you are in this fight or flight state of being. And it comes from not trusting. It is key to learn how to not react. Not everything needs a reaction. We are human and we are going to react to things, but the more we don't react, the more we're in our end with what we want, and we know people are changing and molding into the version of them that we want them to be, but we're doing that through the version of us that trusts and that knows that to be already. And it's done. That's why you hear a lot of coaches say, I don't really care what they're saying or they're doing. I don't need to react to this. I'm going to change my perspective. I'm going to change me, and they are going to change. Number 7 is problem-solving mentality. If you are trying to prove yourself right, the energy behind trying to prove yourself right implies that you're insecure and you're not feeling heard and you don't feel confident unless you can prove yourself to this person that you're worthy and you're valued and what you say matters. But if you knew that within yourself, why would you ever need to express that? Like, you would want to just solve the problem that's going on. This is part of manifesting, is changing our mentality, working in a problem-solving mentality rather than looking at the problem and staying stuck in the problem. You'll be able to shift your focus quicker and get to the root of the problem way more effectively and way more quickly. Next is adapting good beliefs about relationships. If you don't have good beliefs about relationships, what is the point of being in a relationship? It really actually doesn't make any sense. How can you possibly say you want to be in a relationship but not have good beliefs about a relationship? You have to change how you feel about yourself in a relationship, that you are worthy of one, that relationships come easy to you, that you always live a happily ever after with whoever you want. And this is also the same with your person. If you are complaining about your person, you're not in your end with your person. And I think about it like this. Why would I want to be with a person that I'm complaining about? That means that they're not showing up the way that I want, that they're not essentially what I want. And it's not a good look to complain about them. Think about why you're trying to be with somebody that you're complaining about to begin with. So adopting good beliefs and changing the story on how you're talking about the person that you're with, which is something that I changed a while back. I stopped talking about anybody that I was with in a negative way. We actually sometimes think it's funny, or we're just so used to doing it that we think it's the norm, and it's not the norm. Adapt positive, amazing beliefs about relationships and the people that you're with. Number 10 is taking accountability. This is something that is one of the most important aspects of manifestation, and taking responsibility for your own life. You are the creator of your life. If you are blaming other people for where you're at in your life, you are not in the state of creating. And when you're in victim mentality, you cannot see that truth. If you are not willing to look within yourself at the things that you need to alter and shift, then it is going to be really challenging for you to have a healthy, mature relationship and manifest the person that you're looking to manifest if you are not doing this work within yourself. And it's not work, but when we change our state of being, they change out there. Everything outside of us changes. So if you are not willing to change, then the change can't happen. And for me personally, I stopped engaging and consuming toxic reality love shows and surface level dating coaches and all this social media content that is just surface level and people's opinions that aren't really at a confident level in their life. But when I really realized that I want to feel whole, I want to feel happy, I want to feel great in my life, and I want to share that with another person, but I don't want them to be my other half. They're not my other half. I'm my other half. They are an addition to who I am. And when I really understood all of the tips and the qualities that I just shared with you, when I started doing that with myself, my life, my relationships with friends, with family, with my romantic interests, with my SPs, it all started changing for me. Where it went from such a horrible, toxic place where I just didn't see my worth and value, and I really tried to find it within other people. And I completely took my power back and really undid a lot of the stuff that was planted in my head from young. And I'm not even talking from family, I'm just talking about from society in general. We have it backwards, we have it wrong. And when we look at the energy behind why we're doing what we're doing, what I always say is you can start to question why you are showing up in certain ways. And I always think about, do I really understand what a mature, healthy relationship looks like? Do I understand what communication is? Do I know what unconditional love is? Do I know what all of these aspects that create a beautiful relationship are? Because when I understand those things, I can now be those things. I can now embody those things, and now I can have those things. You can write down in journal or script, or just do it, or affirm in your head, or whatever technique you love to do, all the amazing qualities now you're looking for in a relationship, and you can embody those, and somebody will show up like that will do it, including your SP. So when I'm giving these qualities, it's not about, oh, now I have to do all this to get what I want. No, it's understanding, manifesting, and understanding that when you are embodying a state, when you understand a state of being, when you understand yourself, and when you cultivate this within yourself, then it comes into the 3D world very, very quickly. And that's why imagination is the only reality. Because what you are consuming, who you are being, your beliefs, and how you're showing up for yourself is what creates. And this is something so beautiful when you go through this process and you watch yourself change as a human being into something so amazing that at one point maybe you didn't even think was possible for yourself. This is what today's video was about. Again, think about all these qualities and tips that I have, because it will transform and you will manifest the relationship of your dreams. So I really hope you guys enjoyed my video today. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I really enjoy making videos for you guys. I can't wait to see you again. It's beautiful, it's wonderful, and it's magical. Thanks, guys.